tell me one thing, how are you linking it up with the welfare aspect that, because the welfare aspect that we did not go in for cheap manufacturing?
Ladakh has been in news for some time now. So what is the issue?
You mentioned about the 6th schedule about when talking about Ladakh. So what are the states that come under the 6th schedule?
May I come in, sir?
Please come in.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, please be seated.
Thank you, sir.
Dimple, we prefer to call you as Dimple,
Yes,
right? And you have done a BSc in electronics from Bhaskaracharya College of Life Science, University of Delhi.
yes, sir.
And you're also, your hobbies are rhythmic yoga and contemporary dance. And then apart from that, you're also a yoga teacher.
Yes, sir.
Now, you have meant the LBSNA. What does this stand for? Is
Sir,
it Labasna different?
Yes, sir. Lal Bahadur Shastri
You
National.
were teaching there for a term,
Sir, I was a guest teacher there for 15 days only.
the 15 days only.
Yes, sir.
So you must have had a good experience of going there, and you are aiming to be at Labasna now, right?
Yes, sir.
That's so wonderful. Now, tell us something about the chip industry, the semiconductor industry, and the government incentives on that count, and what is the progress in that matter?
Yes, sir. Sir, electronics industries and chip industry is a very capital intensive sector. India being welfare state did not focus upon this sector because of its welfare policies, but now we are focusing upon the chip industry because of the supply chain disruption we have seen during the COVID times. And the chip industry is mainly is in Taiwan, South Korea, and Japan, countries like that. So now we are trying to partnership with like Israel's Tower, or there is a partnership between Tata and they are aiming to partner Israel's Tower and Tata Industry to make to fabricate semiconductor chips in India. And we have also a PLI production linked incentive scheme to promote the electronics industry.
Tell me one thing, how are you linking it up with the welfare aspect that, because the welfare aspect that we did not go in for cheap manufacturing?
Sir, it is a very capital intensive sector, and if we our focus was on to promote welfare of our people, so that's why the India did not focus upon the chip industry.
You also mentioned about the PLI scheme. Now tell me the extent of subsidy that the government has thought about for promoting chip making in India.
Sir, in a recent budget, 15,000 crore rupees has been given to promote ATMP in semiconductor fabrication.
Acha, now tell us something about rhythmic yoga.
Yes, sir.
And how does it differ from the yoga that we know?
Sir, rhythmic yoga is a yoga while performing dance. It is a competitive type of yoga. It includes hatha yoga, aerial, acro, and contortion. Sir, yoga, the traditional yoga it includes Ashtang yoga, the 8 paths we have to follow to do yoga. But rhythmic yoga is to motivate youth to join yoga, and it is a competitive form of the traditional yoga.
How do you define this competitive term? What do you mean by competitive yoga?
Sir,
Can you explain,
yes,
please?
Sir, rhythmic yoga is also included in the Asian Yoga Championship, and in this, for example, it is a competitive yoga. You are given 3 minutes, and in that 3 minutes, you have to perform 10 to 12 asanas, and on that basis, you are judged.
Now, tell me one thing. When we talk about yoga, we generally talk in terms of a more relaxed sort of proposition. In fact, But when we're talking in terms of competitive yoga or rhythmic yoga, then of course the movements tend to become very fast. Do you think that rhythmic yoga confers the same advantage as traditional yoga?
Sir, yoga includes many things and rhythmic yoga includes only one part of it, that is asanas, Hatha Yoga, or mainly Hatha Yoga. That is, we are trying to reach the goal of samadhi through asanas in rhythmic yoga. It also includes dancing, which is to interest the youth in yoga. But we can have some benefits of yoga while doing rhythmic yoga, but the traditional yoga has its own benefits which cannot be which are not comparable to the rhythmic yoga or artistic yoga kind of things.
Do you subscribe to the Iyengar yoga by any chance? And what is the difference between the yoga that you are trying to practice and Iyengar yoga?
Yes, sir. Iyengar yoga use props. For example, yoga blocks are used by the Iyengar yoga. Yoga straps are used in Iyengar yoga. In rhythmic yoga, it is different from that because it includes only dancing, and we do not use any kind of props with us. So, Iyengar yoga is a modified version of the traditional yoga to smoothen the practice of yoga, and it mainly focuses upon the flexibility part.
Can you mention some books that provide some scientific evidence on the benefits of yoga? Have you read some books on that?
Sir, I've read books, but scientific evidences, we are trying to do research and development to establish the scientific benefits of yoga. But I have read books like Hatha Yoga Pradipika and Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So, but scientific evidences are lacking.
There's a lot of scientific evidence, in fact, and it has also been now put in a book form. In fact, I mean, we would rather suggest that at some stage, since you're heavily focused on yoga, then we certainly recommend that you must also think in terms of going through some of these books, which will enlighten you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Dimple, you have been in NSS.
Yes.
So what has been your contribution or participation in it?
Yes, sir. So I joined NSS during my college times, and we take part in the plantation drives and the cleanliness drives.
What else?
So these only.
These two.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what is the motto?
Sir, not me, but you.
But you.
Yes.
How are you applying this in your life? Did NSS impact your life in some way?
Yes, sir. Sir, from my learnings of NSS, it made me more compassionate. I was also a part of an actors team of Shahid Sukhdev Singh College, and there also we went to the slums and taught people. So we decided to put others before us. And secondly, sir, in my general decision making also, I always try to follow the talisman of Gandhiji, that we should think that our decision how it will impact the most needy person.
Can you give me an example of the decision making that you've been doing and how it has impacted other people and given you the satisfaction?
So, sir, I taught the yoga to the one-stop center, and in one-stop center there are girls, women who are affected by violence, domestic violence or violence at the public places. And sir, I tried to personally connect with them. However, my duty was just to teach them yoga, but I personally connected with them and tried to understand what kind of pain they are going through and went through.
Okay. Your percentage had probably gone down a little. Maybe you were not expecting such a score as 60 odd percent, while you are capable of almost 70, 80%, 85% marks. There must have been some very good reason for that.
Sir, during my college time, I was included in part of so many activities. I was part of my college dance society, Western Dance Society, and I have to devote so many hours there. And I was also I was the president of yoga club. So I was included in those activities. Maybe that impacted my score.
There are two aspects. One is that priority. You'll give studies a priority or other activities a priority?
Sir, I gave priority to both, but it did not show up in my marks.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Ladakh has been in news for some time now. What is the issue?
Sir, Ladakh wants sixth schedule status
Hmm.
so that it get benefited by it can protect its customs and traditions and the other benefits that are given to these sixth schedule states. And it also demand the seat in the extra seat in the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, extra one seat there also.
What else? Are they also looking for statehood?
Yes, sir, they are also looking for a statehood so that the financial allocation can be increased.
Anything else that comes to your mind or whatever you've read?
So due to melting of glaciers, there is one like not it is in Ladakh but not administrative challenge, but they are environmental one environmental challenge they are facing and trying innovative ideas to tackle this challenge.
They're looking for jobs, reservation in jobs also?
Yes, sir. They are in fear that their jobs will be taken up by the outsiders. So these issues are there.
Okay. But what is the reservation? Why is the government not readily wanting to get into it? There is some hold up.
Uh, so I'm not.
Statehood part I'm talking of.
So Ladakh is a very small. Giving it a statehood will become a administrative challenge for the government. So
All right. Thank you.
thank you, sir.
So Dimple, please tell me, what do you understand by service? You mentioned service, NSS also, and right now also. What do you mean by service?
Uh, Sir, the service I am looking for will give the opportunity to me to serve the people directly, and the diversity of opportunities are also given in the service.
Okay. You mentioned about sixth schedule about when talking about Ladakh.
Yes.
So what are the states that come under the sixth schedule?
Sir, Tripura is there, Mizoram, and Arunachal Pradesh. And so one more is there. Mm, Sir, I'm able to recall this.
What is so unique about sixth schedule? What happens to these states when they come under sixth schedule?
So they can have their autonomous district councils, which is a kind of powerful body which can make decisions at the local level and deal with the problems like sanitation, education, etc.
You are from Delhi, Southwest Delhi. So how many districts come under Delhi?
So there are 11 districts in Delhi.
Okay. So in Delhi, we have a good number of public transport systems, whether it is Delhi Metro, there's a railways also, then DTC buses are also there. Still, the problem of transport traffic is prevalent in Delhi. So, why do you think this problem exists, and suggest one or two solutions for that?
Sir, the traffic problem in Delhi is due to many reasons. Firstly, due to the personal vehicle, there's a private vehicles are used in enormous amount in Delhi. And secondly, sir, due to non-compliance with the rules also. So the people follow the wrong path, and that's also one of the reason of traffic. And sir, to deal with this problem, we can use the technology, for example, geographical information system for the real-time data on the traffic. And secondly, sir, we can also promote the public transport by ensuring last mile connectivity. For example, we can use EV vehicles, EV or e-rickshaws and shared autos, etc. And thirdly, sir, we can work on the rail and metro network. We can increase the stations and also make them closer to the residential areas or ensure the walking path and the cycling path nearby to the any metro or rail areas.
Uh, as you mentioned that you were you were teaching yoga in the one-stop center,
Yes.
and you rightly described what is one-stop center. What all services are available for women in one-stop center?
So One Stop Center provides all kind of services. So they'll connect if somebody calls on the number or went there, they'll connect. They'll also help you to connect with the right person who can deal with the problem, the kind of problem you are facing. Sir, recently also there is a One Stop Center stall was installed in um, the Bharat Mahotsav in Lal Killa. And sir, there also I talked to people and they were helping with they are helping with the child helpline number. They are helping women who face the sexual harassment at be it any place, at public place or at the private place, and other problems faced by women. Like
Okay. What do you understand by graded response action plan?
sir, this plan was this was it to curb the pollution in the Delhi. It works in the phased manner, and as per the pollution level rises, this plan gets implemented. There are 4 phases in this plan.
What are those 4 phases?
So in first phase, we ban the diesel petrol vehicle, and in second phase also, sir, we promote the BS6 vehicle and stop the BS4 vehicle in the city. And in third phase, sir, we prohibit the BS4 vehicle from outside the state also. And in the fourth state, there are more prohibitions. I'm not able to.
Thank you.
I just want to ask you, I know Palam village is not a village, but Gandhiji always said, India lives in villages. Do you agree with him? And if that be so, what measures should the government take in order to see that the rural area comes up in a major way and joins the mainstream of development?
Sir, indeed, the India lives in its villages because 70% of our population lives in the villages. And the steps we can take are firstly focusing upon the youth of villages. We can reskill, and upskill the youth of villages. And secondly, sir, we can provide them services like our focus upon the MG Narega, PM Awas Yojana, which can socially empower them, and Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So these can help in social empowerment of the people in villages. And thirdly, sir, we can also focus upon the women empowerment in the villages, because only 12% of land is in the name of women, but due to the migration of the male counterparts, there is a feminization of agriculture in villages, that more women in the agriculture, more women are in agriculture there. And fourthly, sir, we can focus upon the infrastructure of we can build the infrastructure and easy logistics in the villages, so that we can ensure that there is a job employment opportunities in villages to the people.
Are there some demands by people that the amount of employment guarantee inbuilt into the system Manrega needs to be increased? Do you have any view on this?
Sir, in recent protest also, there is to increase the days from 100 days to 200 days, and in general also there is a demand to increase the benefits of MG Narega. Sir, it is the MG Narega, in my opinion, is a very progressive step, and if we see at the local levels, at the village level, many people are getting benefit out of the MG Narega scheme, and we have also made it direct benefit transfer. So there's a very less chances of leakages in the MG Narega, and so that's why the demand is there to increase.
Well, thank you.
Pakistan elections have just been held.
Yes.
What do you think is going to be the state? Who has been nominated as, or not nominated, who has been slated to be the president and the prime minister? And what kind of government they are forming?
Sir, they are forming coalition government, and recently there are news related to rigging of polls, as said by the election commissioner of the Pakistan, and Nawaz Sharif ji is would be a president of prime minister of Pakistan if the coalition works.
And the president?
Sir,
Okay. You have spoken a lot on yoga, rhythmic yoga.
yes.
Is there any thought in your mind to combine it with meditation also sometime in the future? Or learn meditation and teach meditation as well? Will it be of value?
Sir, there's already a one type Vinyasa Yoga, which is doing yoga in a flow, but it is not like dancing. It is a slow motion, and it is a kind of meditation. So uh, it is already in place there.
You don't want to practice the conventional meditation?
Sir, conventional meditation has its own benefits, but in today's world, when we are trying to innovate with many things, and so we can try this too, as if maybe this can ensure more participation in yoga and ensure health benefits to the people of our country.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So what is the difference between rhythmic yoga and calisthenics?
Sir, calisthenics is more of a physical exercise, and it is very intense training. While yoga is very calm exercise, and in rhythmic yoga also, sir, we select a very song which is very soothing and very slow, so that asanas can be performed properly, and we can come into the right posture, as it is always said that. Asan is thiram sukham asanam, where we are steady and comfortable is asana.
Okay. So while you were conducting cleanliness drives during your stint at the NSS, tell me 3 challenges that you faced while conducting these activities.
Sir, in my NSS, I was also a volunteer, but the challenges the team faced can be was sir, first, sir, there was a lack of motivation in the college going people to join the cleanliness drive, because uh, they were not motivated to do this exercise. And secondly, sir, uh, there were challenges related to our college administration also, that we have to the team has to talk to the administration and uh, make them agree to this exercise, so that it can happen at the larger scale. And so these two I can.
Okay. Thank you.
Your interview is formally over. Now we'd like to give you some feedback.
You've done very well and you are a very good candidate, but the energy part, you have to infuse some more energy into you while answering, right?
Yes.
You know things, but the way you put it across, it seems that you're feeling deficient inside while you know everything, right? So this gives the feeling of having a low confidence. It is not so, but it gives that feeling to the board. So therefore you must feel that you have a lot of energy and you speak with that energy. Then cheerful countenance. ऐसा लग रहा है कि थोड़ा सा घबराहट, परेशानी, where have you got stuck and things like that. No, once you're prepared and you are really prepared, so it should not be very difficult to keep a very cheerful countenance while you are into the room for the interview. Okay? You should be abreast with the newspapers when you come for the interview, because the people here would have gone through the latest news, and it's very likely that effect of recency effect is there. Whatever you read now, that comes to your mind, a question may be asked. So at least 1 week न्यूज़पेपर शुड हैव बीन रेड. अगर मिस भी होता तो कहीं ना कहीं व्हाट्सएप में कुछ रखो, जो भी करना करो, you should be
Yes.
updated with it, right?
Yes.
Otherwise you're very good, well done.
Please.
My observations, you are a very honest candidate. You speak from the heart. You're very calm and composed. I think your yoga practicing is actually helping you out in that. Few observations where you need to improve yourself. Whenever you are not sure of something, don't say those things. You were caught when you mentioned something even by sir or so. In your answers, try to control to the point where you do not go into some uncharted territory where you cannot defend yourself. Try and make your structured answers. Sometimes your answers were too verbose and
Yes.
we were not able to find out the exact points what you were trying to mention. Third thing, energy. You need to lift up the energy because the panel derives energy from the candidate.
Yes.
Okay. And fourth thing, whatever you have mentioned in DAF, you should know everything about that. So one-stop center, I was expecting a better answer. Answering that all services are available is not the right answer because we have already mentioned.
Yes.
Had I asked you out of nowhere, then I would have accepted. But since you have clearly mentioned one-stop center, you should know everything. That's a very important administrative scheme as well as for women and child development. So both ways, it's very important. Thank you.
Right. This is the fourth attempt.
Yes. Sir.
First interview.
Yes. Sir.
Oh, I see. So that sounds very interesting, and we'll always pray that you do very well in the interview. But there are some issues which we'd like to, as he rightly mentioned, and Sir also rightly mentioned, that you need to have a much better knowledge. When is the interview, by the way?
So 27th of March.
So you still have a bit of time. In fact, I was asking about. See, you are a science. You are a BSc Electronics, Bhaskaracharya College Applied Science. So naturally, the chip industry came into mind, and you didn't have the facts and figures with you also. The government incentives. Then, of course, I could have gone into much details. In fact, then of course, the extent of subsidies is to the extent of $10 billion, and all those things are there. And then apart from that, when we're talking in terms of village, in fact, Palam village, so I just picked a village from this thing, and I was asking you, and then all of a sudden you said 70% of the population lives in village, which of course is totally wrong. I will suggest, do you have a copy of India Reference Annual with you? This one. This is over here. I saw. Yeah, this one.
India Yearbook.
India Yearbook. Yeah.
Yes.
Buy it. Go to. कौन सी दुकान है यहाँ पर है क्या
मिल जाएगी I think India
Jain book Depot, Jain book
India
Depot is
Yearbook,
there.
so we'll all the aspirants
get the latest version. Get the latest. So you'll have all the official data. You need to have those data with you. You still have time to prepare. You should be very sound on the government's initiatives in different directions. Because somebody may ask you to go. You on Maganarega, you answered pretty well. And I could also gauge that you've been reading the newspapers almost thoroughly, but again you need to brush up things.
Yes.
So that is one area I'll certainly suggest. Then we asked you something about contemporary dance and rhythmic yoga, since it's the entire thing is yoga. Also on the applied side of yoga, so we really wanted you to know about the scientific evidence, and there have been a lot of studies, in fact, especially the vagus nerve, etc. That does get a boost. It's all recorded evidence, in fact, So you must try to locate some books on which you could see about the scientific evidence also. And thirdly, as they all rightly said, I did not repeat it. Thank you so much, and God bless.
Thank you.